I've generated over $40,000 with this one side hustle, and it all started with this one simple investment, a website. Now, whether you're a coach, a freelancer, or a content creator, I definitely think that investing in a website could be a really great strategy because it really is one of the most powerful ways to attract clients, get your brand out there, sell products, and overall grow your brand. And just like with anything these days, a website is something that you can create with the help of AI instead of spending hours and hours learning how to code, dealing with layouts, creating your own copy. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a website using AI, and we're also going to talk about all the different ways that you can monetize your website. So let's jump into it. Okay, so first of all, why do you need a website for your side hustle? So very quick background, as you guys probably know, I have been running a career coaching business. It was actually one of my very first side hustles and something that I've really enjoyed doing and something that I was able to make a substantial amount of money from. And the best part is that the side hustle usually takes me less than 5 hours per month. Now, just for the context, as a career coach, I actually specialize in helping people with a creative background such as designers and art directors land their next full-time job. And ever since I created a website, my business has been running super smoothly. It literally helps me to get discovered by my clients through Google, ChatGPT. It allows my clients to book me automatically. It processes all of my payments so I don't have to chase after people with invoices and figuring out payment methods and things like that. And then the next part, which is also really great, is that it opens up more monetization opportunities. So aside from just providing your services, you can also sell things like digital products, you can have affiliate links, you can have blog posts, you can generate extra money through ad revenue when people visit your website. So pretty much your website allows you to scale your income instead of just relying on, selling your time for money. All right, so how exactly do we start? Now, the tool that I'm going to be using in today's video is called Durable, which is a really awesome AI website builder that again utilizes the power of AI to pretty much help you build a ready-to-go website within just a few minutes. It is very customizable and it's perfect if you don't want to spend a ton of time writing copy, coding, dealing with like all the layouts and things like that. So let's start with step one, which is doing a little bit of brainstorming. Pretty much you want to make sure you're defining your niche and offer. Do you want to focus on coaching? Do you want to focus on selling courses, selling products and things like that? Most importantly, what is your target audience and niche that you want to focus on? Because trust me, in order for you to really stand out and especially for you to come up in more searches and really generate enough leads, you do need to specialize in a specific niche. So for example, when you go on Google and you type in career coach creative, I'm probably going to be one of the top search results because I've made my brand very clear from the beginning, saying that I specialize in helping creative people, which the great thing is that there's not that much competition in that niche. And second of all, that is what attracts my specific clients because they know that I'm an expert in this specific area and I have a lot of experience helping people with that background. Now let's move on to the fun part, which is creating the actual website. So as I mentioned, we're going to be using Durable today, which is now my favorite AI website builder. And the really cool thing is that you can literally create a website by using just a short prompt. All right, guys, so let me show you the fun part, which is how you can actually build a website here. So one of the things that I really like about Durable is their homepage and interface. And the very first thing that you actually see is the website generator where you can enter your prompt. And let's talk about how you can actually build a website right here. So pretty much the only thing that you need to tell them is what type of business you're building. So is it like a fitness coaching website? Are you building like a local, nail salon business? Now heads up, just like with every AI tool, you probably won't get exactly what you want on the first try. So we all know that we need to play around with the prompt and make certain changes. So I pretty much have pre-generated this prompt and it reads career coaching for people with a creative background, such as art directors, UX designers, copywriters, and more. My site provides services such as interview coaching, salary negotiations, and then we're going to click generate website right here. And according to this, you're supposed to get your website in just 30 seconds. So let's click this and see what happens.
A few moments later.
All right, and let's see what we ended up with. Obviously with the color scheme, this is something that you can change, but I do like that the homepage says Coach Christina NM, navigate your creative path with ease. Okay, I like this. I definitely think this very much so aligns with my brand and what I do. Okay, so we have some stock photography here, which again, we can also customize, transform your creative career. That is exactly what I do. And then I do like that kind of breaks down some of the areas that I specialize in. Okay, it looks like you have some spot for testimonials. And I do like how it ends with book a session. I think that very much so aligns with what I had in mind. So I like it so far. Obviously, once again, we have to customize everything, but what I like is you can pretty much use this website like as a wireframe or as like a skeleton of your website and then slowly start customizing. But I do like how it already kind of creates creates all of the sections for me, so there's just less for me to think about. And then it also already created a lot of the copy, which is another thing that I tend to struggle with. Okay, cool. So let's talk about the customization. Again, I like the layout, not sure about the lime green part. So this is where we can go to customize, and then we can pick our own colors. You can, again, custom pick every little thing, or you can also choose from a palette. Okay, so I ended up playing with a few colors, and I think I've decided to go with this one. And yes, you can also customize all of the copy. So for example, instead of navigate your creative path, I want to clarify that it is a career path. So pretty much you just click on this, and that's when you can make all of the edits, both with the headline and the subtext. And then you can also change things like spacing, the size, the color, and so on and so forth. It doesn't look like we can change the font as of right now, but hopefully that will be an option in the future. All right, cool. So now let's move on to the images. So for example, and with this one, I kind of want to change it up a little bit. So what you could actually do is you can upload your own photo. You can also use stock images, or just to make it more fun, we can also use the regenerate option right here. Okay, I still don't know if this is the right one. We can regenerate again. Okay, I'm actually going to go with this one for now, but obviously when you build your own website, you can really customize this. You can also adjust the style. So for example, I do feel like it is a little bit big, so I'm going to change this to contain right here, which just automatically made it smaller. So far I'm pretty satisfied with the home page. So let's just add maybe a few more pages. Most importantly, I do want to add the service page. So that's where you can click add a page, and then it actually already has all of the pre-built templates for you. All right, so we're going to add a service page.
A few moments later.
Love it. So we have some stock images here. You can also add things like prices and bookings and so on and so forth. You can also add something like an FAQ page right here, which is something I do like, just because I also had to build this out on my own manually on my other website. What they have generated here is actually pretty accurate. It does talk about the services that I offer, how to schedule, and then the typical duration of my coaching sessions, which is exactly 60 minutes. So that's pretty cool. All right, cool. Let's see what else we can add. We can also add a blog post right here, which is, as I mentioned, is another great way to monetize your content. Oh, and look, it even gives you pre-generated suggestions here. Let's do the mastering the art of networking and generate the post. Oh, wow. It literally writes everything for you. And as you can see, it has all the images. I can already see it is pretty SEO optimized, just based on the titles right here. And then once again, if you don't like it, you can always just go ahead and click regenerate. And that is pretty much it. So you pretty much already have a built-in AI blogging tool, which once again will help you a lot with getting discovered, as well as it creates an additional way for you to monetize your website and your content. So I'm going to go ahead and save this one. So this is what our first blog post is going to look like, but obviously the more you're creating, the more blog posts are going to appear on your blogging section. All right, let's go back to the home page. So once you've made your edits and you want to see what your website is actually going to look like, you can always hit the preview button right here. And this is pretty much what our home page is looking like right now. It is pretty clean and simple, which I do like so far. And then you can also preview what it's going to look like on a tablet as well as on a mobile device. So obviously we still have some work to do with the images, just because these are very obviously the stock images. So I'm actually going to work on customizing this and doing dated headshots and all those things. But I think so far, just considering how little time it took to create this whole thing, because we are at just 30 minutes so far of me just doing customization and playing around. But so far we already have an almost ready to go product. And then obviously you can also do a lot of different integrations. And then in the future, you can also include all of the payment options and payment integrations and all the other things. But so far, I think we're pretty much 80 to 90% done. So once again, Durable has a lot of other really fun features, which we didn't have enough time to cover today. So if you're interested in Durable, make sure to use my link down below. It's durable.co/Christina and use code Christina30 to get 30% off of your plan. Thanks Durable for partnering with me in this video. And now let's talk about the next step. Next thing you want to do is you want to customize all of your sections. So things like the homepage, the About Me section, the services, products, contact form, and so on and so forth. Now, in all transparency, when I was building my website back in the day through a DIY website builder, this step literally took me days, especially writing the copy, because those were the pre-ChatGPT days. God, I feel old today. But the nice thing is that now with AI website builders, you can pretty much save a ton of time and have everything done inside of the same platform. So step number 3 is you want to add monetization features. So as you guys know, on this channel, we're all about side hustles and different ways that you can monetize things that you're already doing. And we also focus on scaling your income. So while having this as a side hustle is really awesome, you want to make sure you're not missing out on different opportunities to further monetize your side hustle. So some of the examples of how you can further monetize this or even drive more traffic to your website is adding a blog. So blog articles can be very helpful, especially if you are creating content or blog articles that has something to do with the problem that you're already trying to solve. So for example, as a career coach, one of the blogs on my website is all about how to do behavioral interviews, which is probably one of the most challenging parts of interviewing. And that article alone drives quite a bit of traffic to my business and my website. Another really cool thing about blog posts, and something that we have covered quite a bit on this channel, is you can add different affiliate links. So for example, if you know some helpful products and resources, you can always add some affiliate links to your website. Another thing that you can do is you can also sell digital products and services. So for example, for my business, I also sell my online course and I sell resume templates, which also help me to generate more revenue passively. And then the last thing, which is more advanced, if for example, you like to use your website more as a lead generator, you can also have a lead magnet, like, offer a freebie, like a helpful guide or a template or something like that in exchange for emails. And then you can build an email list and then use that email list to sell more products and services. All right, let's move on to step number 4, which is launching your website. So you want to make sure that you're previewing and polishing up your website before officially launching it. You also want to make sure you're adding basic SEO and customizing your titles and tags in the way that will help you to come up in more searches. Okay, so just to summarize, you guys probably saw it really doesn't take that long to build a website. I mean, it definitely took so much less time than it took me back in the day doing it somewhat manually. And obviously AI has been changing the landscape and changing the game for a lot of entrepreneurs, freelancers, and content creators. So why not utilize AI to help you grow your side hustle and maybe turn it into a full-time business one day? Like I said, what used to take me so many hours and used to cost like thousands of dollars, because that's literally how much people used to sell websites for, now take less than an hour. So make sure to check out Durable using my link down below, since they're kindly partnering with me in this video. By the way, if you like this video, I actually think you're going to like this one as well, so make sure to check it out. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!